Once upon a time, in the magical land of Gnomeland, there were 10 different towns inhabited by gnomes. Each town had its own unique characteristics and appearance, making them all special in their own way. The first town was called Mossy Hollow, named for the lush green moss that covered every surface. The gnomes of Mossy Hollow had emerald green eyes and wore clothing made of leaves and twigs. The second town was Crystal Cove, where the gnomes had shimmering silver hair and crystal clear eyes. Their homes were made of sparkling crystals that reflected the sunlight in a dazzling display. In Whispering Woods, the gnomes had soft, wispy hair and eyes that seemed to change color with the seasons. They lived in tree houses high above the forest floor, where the wind whispered secrets to them. The gnomes of Pebble Creek had rough, stone-like skin and eyes as bright as polished gems. They lived in caves carved into the rocky cliffs, where the sound of the creek echoed through the tunnels. In Starlight Valley, the gnomes had hair that sparkled like the night sky and eyes that glowed with an otherworldly light. They lived in homes made of twinkling starlight, where they danced under the moon's gentle gaze. The gnomes of Sunflower Meadow had golden hair and eyes as bright as the sun. They wore clothing adorned with sunflowers and lived in cozy cottages surrounded by fields of golden blooms. In Frostbite Falls, the gnomes had icy blue hair and eyes as cold as the winter snow. They lived in ice palaces that shimmered in the sunlight, where the air was always crisp and cool. The gnomes of Rainbow Ridge had hair in every color of the rainbow and eyes that shone with a kaleidoscope of hues. They lived in houses painted in vibrant colors, creating a dazzling display that could be seen for miles around. In Whispering Pines, the gnomes had hair as soft as pine needles and eyes as deep as the forest itself. They lived in cozy cabins nestled among the trees, where the scent of pine filled the air. And finally, in Moonbeam Hollow, the gnomes had hair as silver as the moonlight and eyes that glowed with a gentle radiance. They lived in homes made of moonbeams, where they danced under the stars and sang songs to the night sky. Each town of gnomes was unique and beautiful in its own way, but they all shared a sense of magic and wonder that made Gnomeland a truly special place. And so, the gnomes lived happily ever after, in their 10 different towns, each one more enchanting than the last.